And hello, Nolan fans, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan. Once again, bringing you my thoughts and movie review, and this is for the brand new Christopher Nolan film, The Odyssey, starring Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway, Tom Holland, John Bernthal, John Leguizamo, and who else? Nyong'o. Trying to think of everybody on the top of my head. Zendaya is also in this movie. You have Maya Goff as well as in this movie. You have pretty much everybody you can think of in this movie is in this movie. So before I begin, gotta say congratulations to everybody involved in the film. It's really hard to make a movie or TV show depending on what you're watching. And also, now I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna say where's our trailer, Marvel. Because the trailer's already out there. Go watch the new Avengers Doomsday trailer. It's already out there. Okay, so let's talk about The Odyssey, starring Matt Damon. Matt Damon plays he plays a king. Okay, Odysseus, I think that's his name. And you know, him and his crew, they go to Troy. They do what they got to do at Troy. And now this movie tells the story of how he gets back home from his journey from Troy to go back home, and the journey that leads him to home. And yeah, also, by the way, I forgot Robert Pattinson's in this movie as well. So yeah. Anyway, so the movie tells the story of Matt Damon's Odysseus. He and his crew, they go to Troy, they do what they have to do there, and now the journey back home and how he has to not only conquer the moments that he's done from the inside out, now he's got to conquer the fact that he's got to go through literally anything that comes across his path to get home to his wife and child, which is Anne Hathaway and Tom Holland. So, you know, that's basically the gist of the movie. It's also based on, I think this is based on a book or a story, one or the other. Anyway, it's a beautiful story. Go check it out. All right. So, how was this movie? This might be my favorite Christopher Nolan film ever made. This movie was just enthralled. I every moment I saw this movie, I just couldn't get my eyes off the screen. First of all, shout out to Nolan on his visuals of the movie. It's just spectacular, and also I was a little nervous because Christopher Nolan has like this kind of weird thing with sound editing, and sometimes you can barely hear things like talking like this or whatever. The audio sometimes don't really match the sound of the movie, and sometimes it can be a little jarring to take away from the fact that you're watching a masterpiece like certain Christopher Nolan movies are. This movie's a masterpiece in my opinion. I think this movie's fantastic. It does have little nitpicks I have for the film, but I'll get to that in a minute. Okay, let's talk about the acting in this movie. First of all, I've been shouting out from the dang rooftops. I'm probably the only one who has, and I'll probably be the only one who will, and I'll die on this mountain. Matt Damon is a dramatic actor, and he is fantastic. Every time I see him on screen as a dramatic actor, I'm like, this is Matt Damon. This is who he's supposed to be. Let Ben Affleck be the action guy. Not that Ben Affleck can't be a dramatic actor. He has chops for it. He fits more better as a dramatic actor versus Matt Damon. I just never understood Matt Damon being an action star kind of a guy. He's a thespian. He can speak the Greek gods, if you will, and poetry and all that good stuff. He's that good, and he's fantastic in this movie. Every time he's on screen, I'm just like, don't take the screen away from him. As much as I want to see everybody else in the movie, I want to see him do his thing, be a leader, be this vulnerable person who has to lead this crew back home after they literally, did what they did in Tron. I'm not going to say what they do. If you know the story, you know the story. If you've seen the trailers, you know what they did. But, you see him go through this stuff and then, making promises that sometimes he can't keep. And sometimes he has to make decisions that may cost crew members and cost them their lives. He has to make these decisions. And you just see Matt Damon's Odysseus just go through the motions in here. And it just completely works. And I loved every moment of it. And then you have Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway is Anne Hathaway. Like, Like, if we all love Julia Roberts as our America's sweetheart, we all love her. Anne Hathaway's our freaking queen, okay? Every time I see Anne Hathaway in screen, and it just proves why she's so good. She plays Odysseus' wife, and you can see her emotions in this movie. You see that she struggles to like hold on hope that he's gonna come home. And then there are people in her presence that are like, oh yeah, we could be the next, your next husband. We could be that for you. And she's just holding out hope, holding out prayers that he's gonna come home. And then when she gets that glimmer of hope, it just shatters unexpectedly in this movie. And it just, Anne Hathaway just delivers everything in here. And I thought she did a fantastic job as well. Robert Pattinson, he's kind of like the villain of the movie. He was good for what he was. I have some nitpicks about his timing in this movie, but I'll get to that in a minute. Zendaya. Let's talk about Zendaya, because Zendaya is in this movie for exactly how much she's in Dune Part 1. No disrespect to Zendaya. I feel like she came on set just to see Tom, because they're together. By the way, congratulations to both of them. That heard they got married, so that's great. She probably wasn't even part of the plan to be a part of this cast. She was probably just visiting Tom, and Christopher Nolan was like, "Hey, you want to be a part of this movie? Sure. What's my role? Absolutely nothing. Your role is just a bee of conscience, and that's it. Barely have any lines, and that's it. That's all you're gonna be. How much money? A lot of money. No problem." That's exactly what happened. I'm just kidding. I don't know, but still, Zendaya. Every time, it's like you're excited for Zendaya to be in a movie, and sometimes you just don't get nothing from her. It's like, wow, really? But yeah, she still delivers. She still delivers for what she gets. But still, John Bernthal. Okay, Mr. Punisher himself. He was great. For what screen time he has, he was great. I wanted more from him, but I'll get to that in my negatives, my nitpicks about this movie. But yeah, everything about this movie just worked in every level. The Cyclops scene, I seen the trailer and I thought, okay, this is gonna be a cool scene. Maybe a little dark, because Christopher Nolan has a very unique style with certain lighting when it comes to certain things, and also sound. That's his biggest weakness, in my opinion. His sound editing. Was it gonna be dark enough? You can't really see, and it was dark. It was dark. It had some moments where you can't really see anything's going on, and the lighting's kind of like dim. But I think that was supposed to be the intention of the tension, the nail-biting drama towards it, and the Cyclops looked great as well. So I really appreciated that scene. I thought that scene really worked. There's another scene here that's like supposed to be like a terrifying, like creepy scene. All I'm gonna say is, if you watch this movie and you watch this scene, it makes Pinocchio's donkey scene look like amateur hour. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about this scene. It was just like my jaw was like on the ground when I saw this. I was like, what in the actual H is going on here? And as someone who never read the poet version of this, the only time I've ever heard about the Odyssey in my lifetime, and if you've never seen this, then I'm sorry, but to me, this is how I read it. The only version I know about, have you ever seen the PBS Kids version of Arthur, the TV show from the books? His sister DW tells the story of the Odyssey and her own weird version. That's the only way I remember that story. And of course, later on, I saw the Simpsons version. Same thing. So they all have their own twists and turns of it. But there's a certain scene that happens in those stories that's creepy. And here, no different. It's just more creepier and realistic. And it's like, wow, first of all, how they filmed that was extraordinary. And how they was able to make that feel like so intense and so, and everything. It was mind-blowing. I couldn't believe it. And then, of course, you have, the standout to me in this movie was, John Leguizamo. He was great. Like, he plays like Odysseus' like right-hand man, who's like watching the household while he's on his journey, keep an eye on the family, make sure nothing happens to them. But he's blind, and he killed it. He did a really good job of just bringing this character and being loyal to to Odysseus, who's Matt Damon, and just completely, I was like in shock. I was like, wow, this is the same guy who played Luigi in Super Mario Brothers. I like John. I think he's a great actor, when he's in things. But man, he crushed it. It was fantastic. I loved every moment he was in it. Maya Goth was great too for what she had, and that was fun. What else? There was some pretty cool action scenes that worked in here. If you've seen the trailer, the battle when they fought these big giant monster guys, that was a cool scene. The Cyclops scene was great. There's a spoiler for the trailer. There's a scene from inside Troy that happens. Beautifully shot. Loved every moment of that. All the stuff at sea worked. It was amazing. I thought the visuals of how they captured the sea stuff was great. Everything that this had worked. The Greek gods mythology stuff worked. If I didn't watch Percy Jackson and the TV show from Disney, I think I would have been completely lost with certain of the gods. I know some of them, Zeus, Poseidon. They talked about them a lot in this movie, and sometimes you can get a little lost with it. It's like, wait, who's who and who's what and who's what and whose brother is what. You get that kind of thing. But if you know about a little bit of the Greek mythology, you kind of understand a little bit better. So I appreciate that. So I was able to follow it a little bit more. So I was like, okay, good, I'm good. So yeah, there's that. But this movie's has some nitpicks. I have some nitpicks about this. I still think this is Nolan's masterpiece, in my opinion. I think this is his best movie. For me, it's always been my favorite movie of his. Has always been The Prestige. Now it's bumped down to number 2. This is my number 1 film of his of all time. I think this movie is fantastic, and I'm gonna go watch it again. It's just enthralling. My only real nitpicks about this movie is that certain characters were great, and I wanted more. John Bernthal, great character. He got a cool little backstory of who he was and why he was there. Wanted more details, I kind of wanted a bit more from him. I wanted to see more from him. Robert Pattinson, again, good. He played a good villain. Really wanted more from him. He didn't really got a chance to shine. He's freaking Robert Pattinson. He's a great actor, and he didn't really get a chance to shine much. But still, I kind of wish we had more. And then, of course, I wanted to save him for last because I like him as an actor. I think he's going to be great moving forward. Tom Holland. Tom Holland was good in this movie. He wasn't great. He was just good. And normally good is fine. Besides, he's hanging out with freaking giant actors in here that are bigger than he is. Anne Hathaway, Matt Damon, Robert Pattinson. He's hanging out with the giants in this movie. And him, Zendaya, John Bernthal. Even John Leguizamo, who's more recognizable than he is as an actor. He's up there also. But Tom Holland, as good as he is, he's gonna get better. And I know he is, especially working with Christopher Nolan now. He's gonna work better. I just wish his character had more to do. His character was just the son of Odysseus, and he was just trying to prove that his father was alive and out there somewhere. He wouldn't even try to go find him himself. And then he was just kind of like one-dimensional character, and it just, to me, he fell flat, a little bit flat. So he'll be my real negative about the film, while everybody else, Zendaya, John Bernthal, and Robert Pattinson, were my little nitpicks about the film. But still, overall, this movie was fantastic. I really thought this movie was great. Nolan, at this point, Nolan's going to be the next Spielberg. He's going to end up being. It's either going to be him or Denis from who directs Dune. Wait till we see Dune. I cannot wait for that movie. But anyway, Christopher Nolan proves again why he's great. I was nervous about the sound quality. Sound was great. The lighting with the dark stuff worked really well. I thought the visuals were great. I didn't get a chance to see this in IMAX, but I did see it in the biggest screen as I could, and beautiful, simply beautiful. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. This is now my favorite Christopher Nolan film. It was The Prestige, and then it was Oppenheimer. So now Oppenheimer is now bumped down to 2, while Prestige is 3, and this is number 1 now. So yeah. And yes, I still love The Dark Knight. I don't count that as a Nolan film. That's just Nolan doing the studio favor, making them a Batman movie. a Nolan, I create this myself story kind of a movie, I count that as its own thing. So this is part of it. Same thing. Oppenheimer not really part of it as well, but I still love that movie. But yeah, once again, Christopher Nolan proves how great he is as a director. So congratulations to him, the entire cast, the entire crew. They did a phenomenal job with this movie. I enjoyed it. I highly recommend giving it a shot. And if it's not for you, hey, at least you tried and you watched it. It's not for you. That's cool. But, at least give it a shot. Don't look at the trailer and be like, that looks stupid. Just give it a shot. If it looks a little interesting, because let's say you're a Matt Damon fan, go see it for Matt Damon. If you like Anne Hathaway, go see it for her. If you like Tom Holland, go see it for him. Zendaya, same thing. Just give this movie a shot. And if you didn't like it, that's cool too. Everybody has their opinion. So, yeah, there you go. So, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about the Odyssey. Did you guys get a chance to see it? Not see it. Don't care for it. Not going to watch it. Whatever it is, leave me a comment below. Let me know. Stay tuned for more. Thank you very much. And have a good day.